Dating ugly men. Hello, my name is Chengi. I am the international best-selling author of the book Position for I Do, How God Delivers Mr. Right When You Live with Power and Purpose. And you, my precious one, are my world. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and hit that notification bell so you're informed every single time I upload the video. I'm also looking forward to seeing you on the prayer call with Pastor R.C. Blakes, who's going to be ministering to us girls as we pray through this season into our marriages. So by all means, follow the link in the description box and book yourself a seat, because I'd love to see you on that prayer call. So moving forward, dating ugly men. Okay, number one, let me just put out there clarity as per what I am talking about. I genuinely do not believe there is such a thing as an ugly man. I really do not. I do not believe there's anything such as an ugly woman. I believe that they are what I call commercial beauties and non-commercial beauties. And what I mean by that is that in each culture, in each tribe, tongue, nation, creed, there is a standard of beauty that is set by a very minute amount of people, and when they choose that standard of beauty, they give it light, they give it spotlight, they pay it money, they give it credence, so that the rest of us want to attain that standard of beauty. And it is usually the minority that have that standard, because it creates an elitist sort of society. So if you go to certain parts of Africa, if you're not size 20 and over, then you don't have that standard of beauty. They don't consider you beautiful. But I have a client who, she's not stick thin like an insect. She lives in a culture where she is not considered beautiful unless she's the thinnest woman in the room. In some cultures, if you're taller than a man, you're not beautiful. In some cultures, you are the thing. Okay, you are the thing. So the facts and the truths are, beauty is something that is really subjective to so much. So in the context of this video, I'm going to be talking about the Western ideal of a handsome man. Okay, he is the Idris Elba or the Brad Pitt or the classically handsome actor, that we see on television, and that guy is the handsome man. That's the guy that that most women, that they put before us as the handsome one. And so a lot of us women are waiting for that guy, that version of handsome, that I forget all these actors' names, but we're talking about that standard that Hollywood has set up for us, whether it's black, white, Indian, whatever your culture is, whatever that standard is of handsome is what I will be speaking of in terms of what I therefore call commercial beauty, the beauty that is sold to us, the handsome that is sold to us. And some of us have kind of got drunk with that whole thing. But what we don't realize is the reason they are put on the big screen is because in reality, they're not in abundance, okay? Handsome men are not in abundance. Number two, God never really created men to be the fairest sex. So you're never gonna get a whole bunch of them, of handsome men who are 6 foot and, and again, I'm talking about commercial kind of handsomeness. There are not many of them. So really what you are left with are, attractive guys, average looking guys, and the ones that would not be that would be the opposite of whatever your culture says is handsome. And what I wanted to say about these men is men are very different from women. We as women can put some makeup on, put hair on, stick a bit of confidence on, and tell ourselves, oh, I am so gorgeous. Even if the rest of the world doesn't think that, we can create within ourselves a feeling of being attractive by dressing colorfully and doing our makeup and doing our hair and subjecting ourselves to this sort of stylist that can really help us make the most of our features. Men they can't wear makeup to make up for their to look a certain way. Some do, but by and large, most masculine men don't. So they've grown up in a world where men are very clear. They don't deceive themselves. They don't sort of look in the mirror and say, you know, I'm really very good looking and all the girls want me. They know when, you know, women in their culture and in their context do not consider them as attractive. They know that they're not the guy that is getting women based on their looks. So they learn this from a very young age, and so they work on having other things that matter. They work on having certain personality traits, being charming, being funny. They work on treating a woman like a lady. They work on making money and being somebody who can provide and protect at the end of the day. They work on the things that ultimately, when the dust settles, a woman is going to want. But sadly, these men are really prepared to be somebody's hero, but in a culture where women are drunk with this desire for this commercial kind of beauty, these men often are overlooked. And it is such a shame for some of us. There's some of us watching this video who have a suitor who is not your commercial handsome, but he will take care of you, look after you, give you all the things that your soul needs. And in time, you will realize that none of that superficial stuff really makes a difference, because you are already wired as a woman to fall in love with your ears, to fall in love with how a man speaks to you and how a man treats you. You are already wired for it. So if you were to give this guy a chance, you will find that that would be enough. Now, do I want to paint you know, the unattractive, ugly guy as the saint and the better form of man than the commercial, handsome guy? No, not at all. There are some men out there who do not fall into the commercial beauty dimension of looks. But they're mean-spirited, or they will date beautiful women, or they will date women and charm women. And when they feel like they've got the conquest and they've got an ego-boosting situation, they dump you and go to the next one. Because ultimately, we cannot decide who a man is by just looking at him. This is an issue of character. And that is not to say that you cannot find a kind, loving, cherishing man who is just that classic, handsome, on the screen beauty that is available. But we have to be honest and realistic about the psychological programming that happens. A young boy that is pretty, that is handsome, that is going towards that whole commercial kind of beauty as he grows older just doesn't have to work as hard for female attention. It's that simple. What happens is these men tend to be approached by women, they tend to get attention from women, and therefore become quite feminine in that they expect women to do the heavy lifting emotionally, chasing them. So by and large, they tend to feel like a prize. Men who are attractive in the commercial sense tend to believe that they are the prize. They are the big win, because women are chasing them, because women are after them and trying to get their attention. So it's really important for us to realize that being open to shutting your eyes, opening your ears, because a feminine woman chooses with her ears. She chooses to see, to hear, is this man kind? Is he intelligent? Is he thoughtful? Does he speak to my soul? If we would exit that masculine energy of choosing with our eyes and enter into our feminine energy of listening to what a man says and watching his character, then we will find that we won't even need a video called Ugly Guys or Handsome Guys. Now, a lot of us are under pressure to come home with this commercial beauty. Some of us have been single for such a long time that we feel deserving. We have to bring home that guy. Okay, and we are missing out on love. We are missing out on the opportunity to truly fall in love. Now, what I want to leave with you, ladies, is who would you love if you were blind? If you couldn't see, if you were born blind, who would you love? Because that would be the person that is right for you. And sometimes we have to lean back and say, okay, if I were blind and I couldn't see, and I had to choose my whole world based on energy, on what I hear, on how I feel, would I really be waiting for that screen beauty? Would I be drawn to the man that would sit by my side, take my hand, and have time for me? The man who would be consistent, the man that would listen to my thoughts, the man that would cherish me. What would be a priority for you? What would be a priority for you? And I feel that so many modern women, because we are constantly in our masculine energy, we have become masculine even in the way that we select men. So are all ugly guys best catches? No. Are all handsome men terrible catches? No. But what if we didn't look at any of it? What if we didn't measure what we wanted from a man based on anything physical? What if we eliminated the physicality and really honed in on finding a soulmate? Would we still be single? Will some of us be single? Would some of us be alone? Will some of us still be waiting? That's a question that I'm going to leave with you. I hope you enjoyed this video, ladies, and I'll see you in my next video. In the meantime, take care of you. Love you lots. Bye-bye now.